Hi everyone, hope you're well. Just for clicking on a video. So this video is just like a follow-up video from my chain waxing instruction. It's mainly for an amazing group on Facebook, the Women's 50 and over cycling group. And I had a lovely comment from somebody that said that they'd followed the video and they were going to probably be inspired to do it themselves. So this is like a follow-up from that. I just want to say, once you've gone through the processes of getting the chain and completely degreasing it, then using like a mineral to strip everything off the chain so it's completely clean, and you wax it for the first time, it's a bit of a faff because there's a process where you have to like chemically treat the chain, but once you've got the chain waxed, it's so easy to maintain. If you do it right with the right temperatures, I get about 150 miles, 200 miles on a chain. And this chain needs to be redone now. As you can see, there's no oil or rubbish or crud on the chain. It's so slick. And what happens is usually when you're in the high gears, you can hear just start to hear the chain making like a little bit of a noise, and that's when you know that you've got to do it again. So what you need is a decent split link tool. I use this Park tool here because it's got, you can remove the chain and you can also put it back on, so it just makes it easier rather than sort of messing with the split link and having to like put pressure on the pedals to like snap the split link back in. You can just put this tool into the split link and go kink and like put the link back on, or you can put it in and take it off. So we'll just take the chain off, find the split link, pop the split link, hold the chain with both your hands so it doesn't spring off, like that. Then take off the one side of the split link and the other side of the split link. Put it somewhere safe so you're not going to lose it. Gently take the chain off so you don't scratch the frame. There we go. And if you sort of rattle it, you can kind of tell that the wax is starting to deplete from the rollers, and that's what you want really. You want the wax inside the rollers, doesn't matter about the outside. So what we're going to do now is we've got like a cooking pot that I use specifically for this, and I'm going to immerse it in boiling water to strip the old wax off it. Okay, so this is the pan that I use. Just an old pan that I got from my local sharing shed. I'm just boiling a kettle just to speed the process up. As simple as pour the water over the chain, like so. And you usually see some of like the wax starting to rise to the surface. But we've got it on heat and we're just going to let it boil up. Okay, so we've got the chain nice and hot in boiling water, which obviously expands the metal, gets it all ready for the wax. But I'll just turn the heat off. This is my wax pot. It's an enamel sort of pot that I keep it in. It is recommended that you get like a slow cooker, because it is paraffin, it's flammable, so you've got to be really careful that you don't leave it. You can't like put this on the heat and then go and do something else, because you wouldn't want to get this too hot. Yeah, so probably get yourself to a charity shop and get yourself like a slow cooker. So yeah, you can see all the wax on the top of the water. Get the chain off. Get yourself a nice clean rag. Grab the chain. Just to give it a little bit of hot, hot, hot. Probably best to get 2 rags so you don't burn your hands like me, or you don't get some discomfort. And we put the wax onto the heat, which is obviously the heat's reducing now. Yeah, and you want to get the chain nice and flat again to take out the kinks. You can feel the chain is like completely loose now. It's like it rattles so much easier where there's absolutely nothing in the rollers. So just wrap the chain up like that. Pop it on top of the wax. And just let the wax melt. So just as you start to hear it starting to fizz, you know it's up to temperature. And you can kind of like feel the heat from it, but you don't want to get it properly boiling. You want to get it nice and hot. You can see my wax here is starting to go a little bit grey. That's from like the dust and that's inside the rollers that you can't get to. So I'll probably use this for a few more rotations, then I'll make some fresh because it's fairly cheap when you make it yourself. And I fashion this fork just to catch the chain. I use like a Dura Ace chain. Yeah, the chain's got holes in the linkages, so I can just pick it up with this fork that I fashioned. So that's up to temperature now. So what you want to do now is take it off the heat. Then we're looking just to let the wax cool a little bit. Not quite solidified, but get nice and cool, because you don't want to take the chain out when it's too hot because the wax will just fall out the rollers. You just want to wait for the wax just to start to solidify slightly, but not too much. You can do this with temperatures. You get like a temperature sensor that you put in. That's overcomplicating things for me. It might work better for you, so you get yourself a slow cooker and a temperature sensor. So just as the wax is starting to thicken up, yeah, you just want to get your hook and just hook it out like so, and put it somewhere where you can leave it to solidify. Just giving the chain just a light little wipe on the outside just to get the excess off. So you know you've done a good job when it's absolutely solid and it's properly cooled down. So you just want to break the linkages and do it somewhere where I don't get bits on my floor. So you don't have to be too fussy, just so you can thread it through for the bike. Now Shimano chains are directional, so we're looking for the writing on the chain to be on the outside. And just thread it through the front back. It's a little bit stiff when you first put it on, but I always join the split link here. And obviously the split link's got a directional arrow on it, so it wants to go in the rotation. So you want the arrow pointing that way at the bottom and pointing that way at the top. Sometimes recommended just to get a little bit of a knife and scrape the wax off where you put in the split link on it. Just makes it a little bit easier. Just give it a little bit of a tug so it holds it into place. Then get the park tool. Here. So put the park tool through that one, and through that one, then just, and you feel it go gink like that. That's it. Then just pop the chain back onto the ring. Like so. and the chain's going to feel terrible for like the first couple of rotations. But as soon as you do a few pedals down the road, it'll free up, and that's about it. Hope you've enjoyed the video, and I'll see you on the next one. Ta-ra! Mwah!